How to start a lean project, team formation and kickoff. I'm really excited about this video because this gets down to the heart of what it means to start a great project. And let me tell you why. Brent Fleeberg and Dan Gardner wrote a book called How Big Things Get Done. And I can't recommend that book any more than I already do. I wish I could distill it down into the water system and literally just everybody drinks it and it's automatically in people's brains. They say projects don't go wrong, they start wrong, but I've modified it. Projects don't typically go wrong, they start wrong. But when they do go wrong, it's based around the team. And you can't really start right in pre-construction if you don't have the right team. So this concept of team formation and kickoff is absolutely huge. So let me give you just a couple of tips. Let's do lean design, pre-construction, supply chains, and construction and in-phase warranty. Don't even attempt to do that unless you have this down right. So here's some tips. Number one, choose partners, not bidders. Let me tell you a really cool story real quick. I'll just shout them out by name. When DPR was doing the Bioscience Research Laboratory, I was the project superintendent. They partnered with a couple of companies. One was Wilson Electric in Tucson, the other one was Sun Mechanical. And they did such a great job. We worked together in pre-construction, we built the plan together, and they worked and enforced the lean concepts just as much as I did, and the team did, and DPR did. We were partners. We did not select low bid. We did get under budget, but we did not go low bid and find somebody who wasn't willing to partner. In fact, here's the neat story. Nick Carrasco, who is now a senior project manager but was the foreman for the HVAC team, went to one of our Super PM boot camps, had an amazing time throughout the 5 days. We had 78 people in that boot camp and they were just raving fans. It was such a good experience. And it was so fun to like something and Nick to be like, yep, we did that. I was there. And I was like, yes, I love it. It was so validating. And it's because he's a partner. He and JC Lowry took me to Korean barbecue where you barbecue it yourself. And afterwards, like they were so nice and we were reminiscing. It just really came clear. Choose partners first. Second, align on purpose. It was actually clear on that project from day one what we were going to do. We're going to finish on time, on budget, with great quality, safely, but we were going to implement lean to the fullest extent. Tact, last planner, the Kanban method, all of Paul Laker's strategies. It's not about affording, but that we could literally muster our strength to get to. And they were all on board. We had one core vision, and then we brought that together in what we called a pre-flight kickoff with the design team, other stakeholders, and the owner. And we centered around what we wanted that project to look like, and we nailed it because we had the right team partners and we had a shared vision. Number three, in that pre-flight kickoff meeting, we established conditions of satisfaction. Literally, they said, I want it safe, I don't want to be on the news, and I want it clean, and I don't want you to mess with any of the waterproofing. That's literally what they said. It was probably at least 2 to 3 times a week because I did morning worker huddles. Everybody should be doing morning worker huddles. I would relate to the entire team. What do they want? Repeat after me. And we would be like, we want it safe. Don't be on the news. Keep it clean and don't mess with the waterproofing. Like everybody knew the conditions of satisfaction, and it was in the pre-con meetings. Number 4, create safety for speaking out. We did this really well. John Bohr, I cannot shout him out enough. I think John Bohr was, in addition to Nick and the others, but John Bohr was probably the best foreman I've ever seen in my life or worked with in my life. In fact, I had no authority to do this, but I insisted that Wilson change his title to project superintendent because I just couldn't bear thinking that people didn't know the foreman. It's okay to just be a foreman or just be a superintendent, but he did all of it. So I was like, you have to make sure that in his title, he's got foreman, he's got project superintendent, he's got everything that he does. He was literally the best. And he would speak up. He would tell me the hard truths. He's a Northeasterner, which I love. And he was just like really kind of blunt. And we were like, no, we want that. We want to know what's going on. We want to hear your roadblocks. We want to bring all problems to the surface. And then everybody started to do it, and we cleared the way, and we finished on time, even though 30% of the building was being changed by the researchers that were moving in. It was quite phenomenal. Still finished on time. And lastly, we knew what our roles were and what we counted on each other for, and we established immediately Not only that team and role structure, but communication channels. Let me tell you just one quick story as I close this out. I remember being at DPR, I can't remember his name, out on the East Coast. He would fly around for DPR and kick off the IPD projects with like a 2 or 3 day event. And he would go through all of the things that I just mentioned. And he would even ask the team what worked on the last project, what didn't, what are some big, hairy, audacious goals, and literally build that team together. And it always worked because we built the team first. I think it was Chris Dirks. Yeah, huge shout out to him. I'm going to put this into a blog post for you and link you to a book called Integrating Project Delivery, which also was heavily influenced by DPR, and I think you'll love it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.